So find the position vector of a point R which divides the line joining two points P and Q, whose position vectors are 2 a bar plus b bar and a bar minus 3 b bar. Externally in the ratio 1:2, and also show that P is the midpoint of the line segment RQ. Therefore, PQ is the line segment here. Position vector of point P 2 a bar plus b bar. Position vector of point Q here. So a bar minus of b bar here. Okay. And here R divides PQ externally in the ratio 1:2. Here this is 1 unit here and this is 2 units here. So R divides PQ externally in the ratio 1:2. You find the position vector of point R and also prove that P is the midpoint of RQ here. Okay, therefore take your solution. Here position vector of point P, OP, bar equal to a bar plus b bar here. Position vector of the point Q here, that is a bar minus b bar. Okay, so R divides PQ externally in the ratio 1:2 here. Already given here. Therefore, position vector of the point R means OR bar is equal to, here use the section formula for external division here. So 1 into a bar minus b bar, 1 into bracket a bar minus of b bar minus 2 into this term, 2 into 2 a bar plus b bar here, and here 3 bar minus 3 b bar is there. So right here 3 into b bar, not only b bar, minus of 3 into b bar here, hence it is a 3 b bar divided by 1 minus 2 here, 1 minus 2. Therefore, this is equal to the vector a bar minus 3 into b bar here, 2 to the 4, minus 4 a bar here, 2 into b bar gives 2 b bar plus 2 b bar whole divided by minus of 1 here. Therefore, this is equal to a bar minus 4 b bar is minus of 3 a bar. Then minus 3 b bar, here minus into plus becomes a minus here, not a plus here, it's a minus here. Minus 3 b bar minus 2 b bar is a minus of 5 b bar divided by minus of 1 here. Take a minus common factor here. So therefore this equal to 3 a bar plus 5 into b bar here. So this is the position vector of the point R here. Okay, this is the position vector of the point R. And also prove that P is the midpoint of RQ here. Okay, so now midpoint of RQ, midpoint of RQ is equal to position vector of the point R means OR bar plus position vector of the point Q means OQ bar divided by 2 here. This is a midpoint formula here. So OR bar is 3 a bar plus 5 b bar here. So therefore this is equal to 3 a bar plus 5 into b bar plus OQ is this one here, a bar minus 3 b bar, a bar minus of 3 b bar whole divided by 2 here. Therefore 3 a bar plus a bar gives 4 into a bar, 5 b bar minus 3 b bar, so 2 into b bar divided by 2 here. Take 2 common factor here, 2 and 2 cancels, the remaining is 2 into a bar plus b bar here. Then it's what is part P, position vector of point R here, which is position vector of the point P. So midpoint of RQ is a 2 A bar plus B bar. This is a position vector of the point P. Then obviously P is a midpoint of RQ. Therefore, P is a midpoint of RQ. So this is a solution here. The two diagonals are the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram are 2i minus 4j plus 5k and I minus 2j minus 3k. These are adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Find the unit vector parallel to its diagonals here. Okay, and also find its area. So OABC is one parallelogram here. Then according to the triangle law of vector addition here. Okay. So OB is equal to the vector OB is equal to OA plus AB. OA plus AB. Suppose if we take this vector, this side as A bar here, then this side is also A bar. If I consider this vector as B bar, then this side is also the vector B bar here. Hence, OA bar is a bar here. So A bar and AB is a B bar. Here, sir, this diagonal is given by A bar plus B bar here. Okay, consider this first diagonal here, D1. D1 equal to A bar plus B bar. Similarly, again, according to the triangle law of vector addition here, OC plus CA, the arrow marks are important here. OC plus CA, OC plus CA is equal to OA according to the triangle law of vector addition here. Okay, OC plus CA is equal to OA. Take this OC right hand side here. Hence, CA is equal to OA minus of OC here. And you know that OA is A bar here, so therefore it is A bar. And OC is a B bar, so this vector is a B bar. Hence, CA bar means one more diagonal here. It is a bar minus B bar. A bar minus of B bar. Consider this one as a second diagonal here. Okay. Therefore, D1 equal to A bar plus B bar and D2 is a bar minus B bar. Hence, A bar plus B bar and A bar minus B bar always represents the diagonals of a parallelogram here. Remember it here. Okay. Therefore, take a solution. Let A bar is equal to 2i minus 4j plus 5k, and the vector B bar is equal to I minus 2j minus of 3k. Okay. Therefore, diagonal D1 is equal to A bar plus B bar here. So this is a first diagonal here. Sum of these vectors here. 2i plus I becomes 3i minus 4j minus 2j minus of 6j here. 5k minus 3k is a 2k plus 2k. Okay. Therefore, find its modulus here. So modulus of D1 bar is equal to root of 3 square is 9 here plus 6 square minus become plus here, 6 square 36 here, and 2 square is 4. Therefore, root of 49 here, square root of 49 is 7 here. Therefore, unit vector okay, here find a unit vector parallel to its diagonal. So unit vector parallel to the diagonal D1 is equal to d1 divided by modulus of d1 here. This is a unit vector formula. d1 is this vector here. So therefore 3i minus 6j plus 2k divided by, here modulus of d1 is a 7. So write here 7. This is the answer here. So this is a unit vector along the first diagonal here. Okay. Similarly, diagonal d2 is equal to the vector a bar minus b bar here. One more diagonal means this diagonal here, a bar minus b bar. Subtracting each other, 2i minus I becomes I here, minus 4j plus 2j is a minus of 2j here. 5k plus 3k, 5 plus 3, 8 plus 8k. Therefore, modulus of d2 here, modulus of d2 is equal to root of 1 square is 1 here, 2 square is 4, minus become plus here, 8 square is 64 here. Therefore, root of 69 here, root of 69. Therefore, unit vector parallel to the diagonal d2 is equal to d2 divided by modulus of d2 here. Here the vector d2 is I minus 2j plus 8k, I minus 2j plus 8k divided by, its modulus is the root of 69 here, square root of 69. Okay, this is a second unit vector parallel to the diagonal d2 here. And if you know diagonals here d1 and d2, then area of a parallelogram here, area of a parallelogram is 1 upon 2 into modulus of d1 cross d2 here. So this is one more formula. If you know diagonals here, in that case this is the formula 1 by 2 into modulus of d1 cross d2. Yes, d1 is this vector here, d1 is this vector, and d2 is this vector here. Okay, d1 is this vector and d2 is this vector here. Means these are diagonals of a parallelogram here. Then you can find the area of the parallelogram here. So look here, d1 cross d2, d1 cross d2. These are the diagonals here. If you know diagonals, then take care. d1 cross d2 is equal to, d1 is this vector, 3 minus 6 2 here, 3 minus 6 plus 2, and d2 is this vector here, 1 minus 2 8, 1 minus 2 8 here. That is equal to I2, 8 6 48 here, minus 48 minus 2 2s 4 here, minus minus plus 4. Then minus of j here. Then 8 3s 24 here, minus of 2 1s 2. So right here 2. Plus k into bracket 3 2s 6 here, minus 6, minus of 6 1s 6, minus 6 here, minus minus plus 6 here. Yes, this is equal to minus 48 plus 4 gives minus of 44 here. I 24 minus 2, 22 here, minus of 22 j here. Therefore 22 is a common factor here. So write 22 outside here. Hence minus of 2i minus of j here. Minus 2i minus j. Then find its modulus here. Modulus of d1 cross d2. Modulus of d1 cross d2 is equal to 22 is the constant key powers are here. Then the root of minus 2 square plus minus 1 it's a square here. 22 key powers and root of minus 2 square plus minus 1 square here. Therefore 22 into root of 4 plus 1 becomes a 5. It is a 5. Therefore area of a parallelogram. Okay, therefore area of parallelogram is equal to 1 upon 2 into modulus of d1 cross d2. Then d1 cross d2 is this one. So 22 root of 5 divided by 12. 2 ones are 2 11s are 11 root of 5 square units here. So this is the answer here. Therefore you just remember it here, a bar plus b bar and a bar minus b bar always represents the diagonals of a parallelogram. And if you know the diagonals d1 and d2, then area of the parallelogram is 1 upon 2 into modulus of d1 cross d2. This is the formula here. Show that the direction cosines of a vector equally inclined to the axis ox, y and oz are 1 by root 3, 1 upon root 3, 1 upon root 3. So you know that here this is x axis here, y axis and this is z axis here. So this is a vector a bar here. Okay. So alpha is the angle made by the vector a bar with x axis here. Beta is the angle made by the vector with y axis and gamma is the angle made by the vector with z axis here. Then you know the formula L square plus m square plus n square is equal to 1 here, and L m n are the direction cosines here. That is you can take here cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1 here. Okay, standard result here. In this case, the vector equally inclined to the axis here. Equally inclined means all these angles are equal here. Therefore, beta is alpha, gamma is also alpha here. Okay, all the angles are equal. Therefore, let alpha be the angle made by a vector with axis here, ox, oy and oz here, ox, y and oz. Therefore, L is equal to cos alpha, m is equal to cos of alpha, and n is equal to cos of alpha because all the angles are equal here. Alpha and the beta is equal to alpha, gamma is also alpha here. So L, M and N is a cos alpha here. Therefore, we know that L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1 here. So cos square alpha plus cos square alpha plus cos square alpha is equal to 1 here. Sum of these three terms gives 3 into cos square alpha is equal to 1. Hence cos square alpha is equal to 1 upon 3 and cos of alpha plus or minus 1 divided by root 3 plus or minus 1 by root 3. Therefore, here cos alpha is 1 by root 3. So 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3. And therefore, L is equal to 1 divided by root 3. M is equal to 1 divided by root 3L, and N is equal to 1 by root 3. Okay, therefore here show that the direction cosines here are 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3 and 1 by root 3. So L, M, N are the direction cosines here. So this is the solution here.